Hello everybody, my name is Alan from Sauber-Lab, and today will be another video about Raspberry Pi. This video specifically gonna use the Raspberry Pi 5, the new Raspberry Pi 5, and in this video we're gonna install OpenMediaVault. Now, before you ask why I want to install OpenMediaVault in my Raspberry Pi, it's simple. I have an external hard drive, I can connect both, connect this Raspberry Pi to my network and use as network attached storage. It means that I can use this hard drive anywhere in my network, and if I do the correct configuration, I can use outside from my network. Also, difference for the Raspberry Pi 4, this Raspberry Pi 5 have better CPU, have more RAM memory, and it means that if I wanted to use a media service, look like Plex, Jellyfin, Ember, possible, this Raspberry Pi will have a better performance. Also, other thing that's interesting is that this Raspberry Pi have activate cooling. It means that they will not overheat over time and will run cool and have a better performance. So in this way, we're gonna show everything in this video, step by step, how you can install OpenMediaVault in this Raspberry Pi, how you can format, configure it, and do some basically test. So if you like this idea and want to learn a little bit more about it, we're gonna show in this video, but first of all, don't forget to leave a like, consider to subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed, and let's understand a little bit more about it. So first thing, you need to have a Raspberry Pi 5. Other thing, you need to have a SD card that you connect here. You can have an external hard drive, one for US, another one for your data, but it's loose of money. SD card run quite well, and you can buy one for 32 gigabytes for pennies and run here, and the chance for fail will be too low because they don't need to write so often. Other thing, you need to have a network cable, and this network cable should connect to your router or a switch. Don't try to use a Wi-Fi because it's not stable. And at last, you need to have an external hard drive where they will keep all your data. You can have a cheap one if you don't want to protect your data, or you can have a little bit better or to protect your data. Anyway, you need to have an external hard drive to have your data. So have this one in mind. What we can do, we can come here on our screen and that we can check the first application that you need to have. The first application that you need to have will be the Raspberry Pi Image Creator or Raspberry Pi Imager. You can download different revisions. You can download in Windows, you can download in Mac, you can load in Ubuntu, and you can directly download it. You choose, but in my case I will install Windows. Once that I finish to install and open this application, I will have this page. What I can do, I can start to select what operating system or what device that I'm using. Here I click in device and I can have a few devices, but in my case I'm using Raspberry Pi 5. So I'll click here and now I can define what OS that I install. You don't have so many choice for Raspberry Pi 5, but anyway, you can install those options. Don't install this or this because they have a graphic interface and they will use more CPU, they use more GPU and use more RAM memory for no needs because we want to do a server. So as I want to do a server, I will come here in Raspberry Pi Others OS and I will select the Lite version. It's still 64 bits, but Pi OS Lite. So I'll click here and now I define what storage that I want. I can have any storage that I want, I can have an external hard drive, I can have anything. But in my case, I'm using SD card, so I'll select this SD card, and now I will put next. First thing that I need to do is edit settings, and I need to define some information. First thing I needed to define my host name. I can leave as default. If any reason I want to define the name of this host, here is the stage, you can do it. Next stage, you need to create a user. I will create my user as Sauber and define my password. Here I don't need to do anything because I'm not doing wireless, and I don't suggest you to use wireless because it's not stable. And here the local settings I don't need to do it as well. But here in service I need to have this enable SSH. If you don't have enable SSH, you can select their password or a private key, but you need to have this enable SSH because you want to access this Raspberry Pi. If you don't have this one, you need to go directly in terminal and set up everything what we want to avoid. And now basically all the configuration that needs to be done, you did in this stage, so I can put save and I can put yes. Now is the stage that it will ask, you are sure that you want to proceed with it? If you proceed and you have important data in your SD card, everything will get lost. So yes, I will put yes and we start the installation. Now remember, this will take a few minutes because they will copy all the data to my SD card, and after they finish, they will verify that SD card work well. After you finish to do the installation, what we need to do is to remove our SD card, connect it to our Raspberry Pi, so I just connect here, and now we need to use the correctly appropriate power supply, and here will be my network cable, my RJ45, and I will use my external hard drive. Try to use the blue connections, that USB 3.0. If you use the 2.0, your speeds will be compromised, so have this one in mind. Once that you connect everything, you plug in the appropriate power supply. Remember, the Raspberry Pi power supply for the Raspberry Pi 5 is around 27 watts, so don't try to use a normal phone charger because they will not resist all this power, and that will give a lower performance, or sometimes they will not work or either damage your system. So have this one in mind. So once that I have everything set up, I can go there and connect my system and wait to start the first setup. So let me do it now. Okay, this start of Raspberry Pi could take a couple of minutes, but once that they start, you can go directly in your router and check exactly what port that they're using. In my case, they're using the port 192.168.1.83. Remember, it's in my case. In your case, could be anything according from the configuration for a router. And now, if you come here in my screen, I have my put open. Here my put open, it means that I will be able to access through SSH. So once that I put my IP address, I'll put open. First time that I open the put, I will have this page where I need to accept this key. So I'll put accept. And now I can open my full screen and do my login. To do my login, I will use exactly the same password or exactly the same user that I defined before, so it will be Sauber and my password. So now I have access to my Raspberry Pi. If I come here, it's the OpenMediaVault Extras week, where they explain step by step how you can install your OpenMediaVault in your Raspberry Pi. Anyway, don't worry, I will put the link in the description, but if you follow it, first thing that you need to do is upgrade or update your system. To update your system is simple. You come here and put sudo apt get update and put enter, and it will take a few minutes to finish this update. They will update all the list and make sure that your system is updated. Now we need to upgrade our system in order to have the latest revision of the apps. So I'll come here and put sudo apt get upgrade and put yes. This stage will take a little bit longer compared for the update, because they will properly install everything. They will download all the application, install all the application, make sure that everything is updated and it's ready for you to use. So let's wait around 2-3 minutes until they finish. Once that they finish, we can go for the next stage. Once that your system is upgraded, now we can start to do the installation for the OpenMediaVault. We use this script that's get GitHub OpenMediaVault, develop the script and install. Now you're gonna put enter, and this stage will take a long time. And this stage will take a long time. According from the website, they say that can take up to 30 minutes, depend of your system. Please don't close PuTTY, don't close this application, otherwise all your installation will fail. So now you need to wait a few minutes, and that you know that the installation is complete, because the page of put will say lost connection and your Raspberry Pi will restart. Once that your Raspberry Pi restart, potentially there will be a different IP address, so I have this one in mind. So in my case, this Raspberry Pi restart, and the new IP address for the Raspberry Pi will be 192.168.1.83. So let's access it and see what we have. So before we start to change any password, the standard password for the OpenMediaVault will be admin OpenMediaVault. And that's we're gonna put admin, and we're gonna use exactly the password that I told, OpenMediaVault, you put login. Once that login, because I already logged in before, they already appear this dashboard, otherwise you need to select what you want to show the dashboard. One thing that is strange is this CPU utilization, what don't show any information, but if you look, the rest is totally fine. So what we have we have here the information of my system. So I'm running a Raspberry Pi 5 Model B, and the version that I'm using will be version 7.0. What's the problem for this version 7.0? In the moment that I'm recording this video, is not in the stable revision. Potentially when you look in the future will be stable and you can use without problem, but at the moment they're not stable. So they still in trial and potentially can break some activities. Other thing that's quite interesting is the amount of RAM memory that they are utilizing. If I look here, they use only 9%, and it means that it's 344 megabytes, and I still have 3.6 gigabytes free for me. Different for the other Raspberry Pi, now I have a lot of memory available for me. I have my network connection, and I have all the application status of my device. I don't have updates, but if you have updates, please make sure that you do it before you do any update or any configuration. To do your upgrades, you come here in Systems, Upgrades, Updates, and update everything to be sure that everything's running. Other thing that's interesting, because I'm running in my Raspberry Pi, I already have OpenMediaVault extras, and if you look for one of my previous videos, you're gonna understand how you can install Docker in this system. But anyway, what we need to do is to test to see if it's working. To test to see if it's working, first thing we need to add our storage. So if I come here in storage, I come here in my disk, I have my 2 disks. This one I will not touch because we run my operating system and nothing else can touch it, otherwise can be a risk. But here I can touch. First thing I need to clean this hard drive, and if I put here to erase, make sure that this hard drive is clean. Otherwise, you're gonna lose everything. So I'll put continue and put yes, and put quick one, and now they will finish my quick cleaning, and I can close it. It will take few seconds to clean because it's quite fast. Now next stage I need to create my file system. To create my file system, I'll come here file system and put create, and I can select any revision or any file extension that I want. In my case, I prefer to BTFS because we'll have more stable and you can do snapshots as well, so I'll select it. But if you want to use X24 or anything else, you can do it, but we'll have some limitations. Now the RAID, I will select as RAID simple or no RAID. Why I'm selecting it? Because I'm using Raspberry Pi, and the Raspberry Pi use a USB connection. And because I use a USB connection, it's not reliable enough to use RAID. If you want to make a big storage, you can use MediaFS, or you can use other system to simulate a big storage, but don't use RAID in the Raspberry Pi because high chance for you lose all your data. So I come here, select device, and select my own device. Now they will create my file system. They will do quite fast because I'm not creating RAID. You know, if you try to create a RAID using the same system, it will take a couple of minutes because they will process all the data. So I'll put close, and now I need to select what's the warning information that I want. So I'll put my hard drive and select as 85% and put save. Now if they arrive 85%, they will warn me that it's closed for the full stage. So now I needed to put activated. If I don't put activate, I cannot go for the next stage to define a share folder. So I need to wait for all this configuration to be processed. So let's wait. Once that I apply this configuration, they say applied, I can come here in my share folders and I can create my first share folder. So in my case, I will put home, and I can select my hard drive or my file system. Remember, if you want to run Docker, you need to do others folders in order to run Docker. Anyway, for me it will be okay, so I can come here and put save. And now I have my first share folder. Same thing I will apply again to avoid any problem, because once that I go to SMB, I need to be sure that I configure it. So now I have my share folder, but I don't have access it because I'm not using SMB. So I'll come here in my service, SMB, and I need to activate the SMB. Other thing, I need to come here in my shares and add the share that will be my home, and I come here and put save. Now my SMB is accessible, but I don't have user yet. So I come here in user, and I can add a new user. In my case, I already have one user create that will be my admin, Sauber, that I create, but I suggest you don't use it for yourself. You create another user, so we'll put create, and the username will be Alan, my password, and I repeat my password, and I put save. Now I can come here in my user and can define permissions. Because I only create one folder, I want to have full access for this folder, and then I can come here and put save. Once that I did this configuration, don't forget to change or allow this configuration to be submitted, otherwise not going to have access anyway. So now what we did so far, we have access to our SMB and we have access to our share folder. What we want to test, we want to test the speed of this share folder or the performance of this hard drive. So what I'm gonna do, I will open my network, and here in my network I have all my devices connected, and I will open this Raspberry Pi. Here in this Raspberry Pi I already have my home, so I'll open this home, and now I can copy a file. What file that I will copy? I will copy basically a video. Let's see how good is it. So if I come here and paste this video, you're gonna see the speed that they are going, and they are going the speed around 113 megabytes per second. It means that will be the bottleneck for my speed will be the network, not the hard drive or the system. Other thing that's interesting, if I come here in settings and try to see how much that you're gonna use if I, let's say, replace this file and come here, my utilization is not so high, my run memory is not so high, and my system is not running either warm, and it's a good thing. So in this way we test the basic of Raspberry Pi. Not gonna do a media service yet, we're not gonna do everything, but at least you know that you can install OpenMediaVault in the Raspberry Pi 5, you can run it, and it will have a quite fast speed either with a normal hard drive. If you use SSD, it will be faster, at least the latency, but the bottleneck will be your network. And at the moment Raspberry Pi don't have an option to put a 10 GB adapter card to run faster. So always will be your network, so not make so much difference to choose a fast storage solution. So I hope that you guys like this video. If you like this video and think that was interesting, please don't forget to leave a like, consider subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed, and see you next time. Bye.